Welcome to HH28, where we unravel the secrets of self-discovery and matchmaking. We are Hugh and Heather,
two master holistic guides dedicated to helping you navigate the worlds of numerology, astrology, and personality in pursuit of meaningful connections.
Okay, ready for a deep dive?
Always.
Today, we're tackling Taurus.
Ooh.
And let me tell you, there's
lots to unpack.
way more to it than just those few words you see. Like,
What are they? Like grounded?
yeah, grounded, practical.
Practical, right?
We've got two sources lined up,
Oh, yeah.
and they go way beyond that basic stuff.
Next time. I'm ready.
So if you think you've got your Taurus friends, family,
Light workers, yeah.
all figured out,
Think again.
get ready to have your mind blown. What's the first thing that jumped out at you from these sources?
You know, it's funny. When I was reading these, it was the delayed gratification thing.
Oh, interesting.
It's not just about being patient, though.
Right.
It's like they understand that if you invest the time, the resources up front, you get that long-term
Silly, yeah.
security, that fulfillment.
Makes me think of that whole Taurus is good with money thing.
Right.
But I never really thought about it like that.
It's not just about being frugal.
Yeah, it's more than that.
It's about, like, they get the long game.
It's like they're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers.
Yes, 100%. They can see it, like, years down the line. Like, what they do today impacts tomorrow.
Makes sense why they're so good at saving money.
Right. It's that delayed gratification muscle they've got.
They're okay with not having the instant gratification.
Exactly. And you know what else? That famous Taurus persistence
Oh, yeah. Everyone knows about that.
plays a huge role here because it's not just about being stubborn.
Although,
Okay, maybe a little stubborn.
just a tad.
It's more like they have this unwavering determination. Even when things get tough, they don't give up easily.
Okay, so we're already seeing this like push and pull with Taurus.
Yeah.
They love stability, they love routine,
Right.
but then they're also like super driven.
Right. And that's where Venus comes in. Their ruling planet. Venus,
Nice.
planet of love, beauty, pleasure, all the good stuff. So they're not just practical.
There's got to be more to it than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They have this deep appreciation for beauty, for the finer things in life.
So they're not just about practicality.
Not at all. Don't underestimate their sensual side.
It's like they work hard, play hard,
Yeah.
but like in a responsible way,
Yes. They're strategic about it. They earn their indulgences.
which makes them all the more enjoyable.
Exactly. And speaking of enjoying things, can we talk about Taurus's love?
Taurus in love is
It's a force to be reckoned with.
a force.
They approach relationships the same way they approach, like, their finances.
Oh, wow, okay.
They're thoughtful, they're intentional, they're not about playing games.
They're in it for the long haul.
They are looking for lasting love.
The relationship builders of the zodiac,
Ooh, I like that.
which is such an interesting way to put it.
It's true, though, because think about it. They crave that security,
Stability.
stability, that deep emotional connection. And you know how they express it.
Yeah.
Tangible acts of service. They create this really nurturing, supportive environment for the people they love.
So forget about those like grand romantic gestures.
Not that those are bad, but for Taurus, it's more about the everyday things.
Oh, interesting.
The little things that add up to something much bigger.
So it's less about like a dozen roses on Valentine's Day. It's
Right.
more about like,
Making dinner every night, being there to listen after a long day.
yeah, or like remembering to pick up their dry cleaning.
Exactly. They show their love through consistency, through reliability.
Okay, I have to ask though, because the sources mention this whole thing about Taurus taking their time to fall in love.
Right, right.
So is that just them being super cautious? Or is there more to it?
It's a bit of both, honestly.
Okay, I can see that.
Remember, Earth sign. They like to build things slowly,
Methodically.
methodically. They're not about to rush into anything without thinking it through.
So anyone who's hoping for like a whirlwind romance with a Taurus,
Might want to rethink their strategy.
they're going to need to pace themselves a little bit.
For sure. If you want to win over a Taurus, patience and authenticity are key.
No games, just genuine connection.
Exactly. That's what they're all about.
Now, speaking of connections, we got to talk about compatibility.
Oh, yes. The juicy stuff.
Which signs are a good match for Taurus?
Lay it on me.
They seem to be especially into Cancer, Virgo, and Capricorn.
Oh, those are good ones.
What makes those pairings so special, astrologically speaking?
Well, think about it this way. Taurus, Earth sign, right?
Right. Grounded.
Exactly. And Cancer, water sign.
Water and earth, good combo.
The best. They just get each other on an emotional level.
It's like that intuitive understanding.
They just vibe, and Virgo.
Let me guess. Another earth sign.
Bingo. Shared values, practicality.
They probably never run out of things to talk about either.
Right. And they can totally geek out on organization and planning together.
It's like the dependable couple that everyone secretly envies.
100%. And then there's Capricorn.
Okay, Capricorn. What do we got?
Another power couple in the making. Both ambitious, hardworking.
Goal-oriented.
They probably have a shared Google Calendar for their 5-year plan.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Right. But it's not just about professional success with them.
There's more to it than that.
They understand the importance of emotional security. They create this really solid foundation for each other to thrive.
So they can be ambitious and go after their goals.
Exactly. Knowing they've got each other's backs.
I like it.
Support system goals right there.
Okay, so we've covered the dream teams.
The astrological A-team.
But what about the pairings that avoid at all costs?
Uh-oh. The not-so-compatible ones?
Aquarius, Leo, and Sagittarius, they're like total opposites of Taurus in so many ways.
It's true. Like oil and water, those pairings.
So tell me, why is that?
Well, let's start with Aquarius. They are all about freedom, novelty.
They like to shake things up.
Exactly. Which, can clash with Taurus's love of routine and predictability.
Like one's a jazz solo.
Yes.
And the other one's a beautifully orchestrated symphony.
Perfectly put. And then we have Leo.
Leo the lion.
The lion. Now, don't get me wrong. There can be initial attraction.
Both signs appreciate the finer things.
Exactly. But Leo craves attention.
The spotlight.
Yes. And that can clash with Taurus's need to feel grounded, secure.
I feel like Leo would want to be the life of the party every night.
Oh, boy.
And Taurus is like...
Zen and cuddle.
Exactly. Not exactly a recipe for long-term harmony.
Not really.
Yeah.
And finally, we have Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, the archer.
Always aiming for that next adventure.
Always on the move.
Exactly. And that can leave Taurus feeling a bit insecure because, remember, they value routine.
They like to know what to expect.
Yes. So that Sagittarius free spirit energy can be a bit overwhelming for them.
It sounds like with these pairings, the differences run pretty deep.
They do. And it can create a lot of friction, whether it's a romantic relationship, friendship, even just working together.
This is making me rethink some of my friendships, honestly.
Right. It's so helpful to understand these dynamics, though.
Yeah, because it's not just about romance.
Not at all. It applies to all sorts of relationships.
Like maybe next time I'm planning a last-minute trip, I'll give my Taurus friend a little more notice.
Exactly. It's all about understanding those fundamental differences.
Speaking of fundamental differences, something that really stood out to me in the sources was this idea of Taurus being so connected to nature.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
It's not just that they like spending time outdoors.
It's deeper than that.
It's like woven into who they are.
It's in their DNA, Earth sign, remember?
Right, right.
They draw energy from nature. Like Taurus individuals often feel they're most grounded and peaceful when they're surrounded by nature.
That makes me think of my friend Sarah. She's a Taurus, and she's always talking about the energy of different flowers.
I love that.
Like how they can totally change the vibe of a room.
Right, because Taurus, they just get it. They understand those subtle energies. They understand the rhythms and cycles of nature.
This might sound a little out there, but do you think that's part of why Taurus is so good with money?
Ooh, interesting connection.
It's like they understand that financial stability isn't just about, hoarding wealth.
Right. It's not about greed.
It's about creating a solid foundation for growth. Literally, like you would with a plant.
You just blew my mind. And you know what? One of the sources actually touched on that exact idea. It said that for Taurus, financial security is about creating abundance. And stability.
And it's about being able to provide
for themselves and their loved ones.
Exactly. They want to take care of their people.
Exactly. It's not selfish at all. It's about creating a life where everyone feels safe and supported.
So it's like they're not afraid to spend money on things they value.
Oh, absolutely not.
But they're also super mindful.
Oh, yeah, they're not reckless.
They understand the value of a dollar.
Remember that whole delayed gratification thing we talked about?
It all comes full circle.
It does.
So a Taurus might splurge on, a really nice sweater.
Or a piece of art they love.
Yeah. But they're also the one who's, diligently putting money away for retirement.
And probably investing wisely.
Exactly.
They're playing the long game, remember?
It's like they have this natural instinct for it.
They do. And that financial savvy often translates into other areas of their lives, too.
Like what?
Well, like problem solving, for example. They're super practical, resourceful.
If something breaks in their house, they probably try to fix it themselves before calling someone.
No, absolutely. They're like, give me the toolbox. I got this.
It's like they have this inner I can handle it attitude.
They totally do.
Which is pretty impressive.
It's inspiring, really.
It's funny. We usually think of resourcefulness as this survival skill.
Right.
But with Taurus, it's like an art form.
Totally. It's like this innate ability to make the most of what they have. And that extends beyond just fixing things, too. It's in their relationships, their careers.
So when it comes to careers, what kind of work do you think really allows a Taurus to thrive?
Well, they gravitate towards careers that offer stability,
Makes sense.
structure, and a chance to create something tangible, something that lasts.
Give me some examples.
Think finance, real estate, craftsmanship.
Oh, I see it.
Even culinary arts.
It's like they're building something.
They are.
Whether it's like a financial portfolio or a house.
The piece of furniture.
Or a delicious meal.
They're leaving their mark on the world.
Creating a legacy.
Exactly. And that's so important to Taurus.
It's like their work has to have meaning beyond just a paycheck.
Absolutely. They're not just working for today. They're thinking about the impact their work will have on the future.
So they're probably drawn to careers where they can make a difference.
Big time. Whether it's through their job, their family, their community.
They want to leave the world a better place than they found it.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're grounding their legacy in something real, something meaningful.
I love that. It's not just about accumulating wealth or accolades.
Nope. It's about making a lasting contribution.
Okay, so Taurus has a lot of amazing qualities.
The best.
But we got to be real, no sign is perfect.
True. True.
The sources did mention some potential downsides.
On what?
They said Taurus can be prone to stubbornness, possessiveness.
And they're not always the best with change.
Definitely not known for their flexibility.
Not exactly. But hey, even with all the good stuff, there's always room for growth, right?
Of course. That's what life's all about.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to a Taurus who wants to, work on those less desirable traits?
Well, I think awareness is key, right? Like the first step is just noticing those patterns in yourself.
Catch yourself in the act.
Exactly. So, for example, if a Taurus knows they can be stubborn, maybe they can try being more open-minded in certain situations.
Or at least, acknowledge the stubbornness.
Yes. Just being aware of it is huge.
Instead of just digging in their heels.
Right. And when it comes to possessiveness, maybe focusing on building trust and communication in relationships.
Being open and honest with their feelings.
Exactly. It's all about finding healthier ways to express those tendencies.
It's like learning to dance with your shadow side instead of letting it lead.
Ooh, I love that analogy.
Finding that balance.
Between the light and shadow.
Yes. Because we all have both. This deep dive has been so insightful.
It has. I feel like I understand Taurus on a whole new level now.
We've explored all the layers.
From their love of stability to their financial savvy.
Their unwavering loyalty.
And yeah, even their stubborn moments.
Gotta love them though, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're the best.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a newfound appreciation for the bull of the zodiac.
Me too. They remind us that strength comes from being grounded, embracing our sensual side, and approaching life with intention.
And maybe even just slowing down a bit.
Yes. Smelling the roses, enjoying a good meal.
Taurus knows how to savor the good life.
They really do. And you know what? Maybe we can all learn a thing or two from them.
I think so too. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, listeners. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning.
And keep those minds open.